Good evening. My name is Elder Ronnie Franklin, and I'm the executive pastor for Be the Wheat Ministries. So tonight, I have the honor of discussing matters of the heart. So if you had a chance to tune into the video last week, Pastor Erica Franklin broke down who we are called to love. So this series is about love, but 3 different points: who we are called to love, why we're called to love, and how we're called to love. So my portion tonight is to discuss why we're called to love. So when you think about matters of the heart, I just want to tap into that just for a half a second. So matters of the heart. Before we can talk about love, we have to have a little bit of understanding of the heart. So I figured I would give a little bit of an anatomy lesson, or maybe information that you didn't know in reference to the physical heart. So let's start there. Did you know that most people's heart is either dark red or maroon? Did you know the heart pumps 2,000 gallons of blood daily? Did you know the average heart beats 60 to 100 times per minute? The heart pumps approximately 100,000 times a day, or 35 million times a year. That's a lot. Lastly, the average heart beats 2 to 3, depending on how long you live, 2 to 3 billion times in one person's lifetime. So as you can see, the heart does a lot of work. And you say, okay, Elder, what does that have to do with love? We'll get to that in just a moment. So why are we called to love? We're called to love because simply God is love. Love is not just something God does. It's not just He loves. It's who God is. God is love. To create a world with people in it, and animals and insects. All this was made out of love. It takes love. When we love, we reflect His love. That's why it's important for us to love. John 4:8 says, "He that loveth not knoweth not God, for God is love." So in John, he's saying right out the gate, if you don't know love, then you don't know God. It doesn't matter title, position, on the job, in the church, in the home, mother, father, doesn't matter. If you don't know love, then you don't know God. All right, let's dig in, keep going. To know God is to what? To learn love. He already said it. If you don't know love, then you don't know me. So that means you have to learn love. A loveless Christianity misrepresents God. So if you're in a ministry, or you're a Christian or a denomination, and it's not spearheaded by love, you're misrepresenting God. Next, we are called to love because what? God loved us first. So God is love. In order to love us, He had to love us first. Christian love is a response, not an initiation. You have to respond to love. You're not initiated into it. That's not sustainable. Herein is love, not that we love God, but that He loved us. 1 John 4:10. We love Him because why? He first loved us. 1 John 4:19. We don't love to earn salvation. We love because salvation has already been given. So now we're going to get into the anatomy piece very quickly. My time is almost up. So when you think about salvation and love, and salvation has already been given to us, you think about Jesus dying on the cross. I do. I think about Jesus dying on the cross. And where the anatomy comes in is Jesus was in the flesh. His heart, physical heart, did the same thing that we did. You cut us, any of us, we bleed red just like God did on Calvary's cross. When they put the crown of thorns on his head and he bled from his head. When they pierced him in his side and blood and water came out, same thing our bodies would do. When they nailed his hands and his feet to the cross, he bled. He died because he bled out. There was no blood going to his heart. The anatomy process could not continue to happen because he lost so much blood and the heart could not do its job. Just like us. But think about this. Even on the cross, he mumbled the words, "Forgive them, for they know not what they do." That's love. To be treated, to have to carry your own cross. You never committed a sin. You did nothing wrong but represent love. But you had to die like there was no love in your heart. Jesus died for love. And that's why it's so important. That's why we're called to love. Simply because Jesus did. Simply because God is saying, you heard in 1 John, if you can't love, you don't know God. It's not about a title. It's not about a denomination. It's not about how much money you bring. Love has nothing to do with that. You can't take any of that with you. When you die, I believe it was Timothy 6, 7, and 8 that says we were born in this world with nothing and we're leaving with nothing. None of these earthly things can go with you. But one thing that is always sustainable is God's love. So I want to dig more into this, but my pastor only gave me a few minutes. I'm actually 2 minutes over time. I pray that this brief introduction to why we're called to love helps you. I hope it blesses you. And if you don't love the way that the Bible says that you should love, or that you want to love, period, seek God and tell him these words: Lord, I want to love. Show me how. Thank you so much for listening to this video. I pray that it blessed you. Know that no matter what, if you feel like no one loves you, just know that Be the Wheat Ministry, we love you. God bless you, and we'll see you next time.